y'all lagging again. Wow. Lucas stole out them pint bottles out Granny crib. I poured so much I ain't want to live. Told money then, shit we in the wind. I was in the hood when I clipped the bin. Since a young nigga I been ready. Went glass house on every Chevy. In this game I tried plenty settings. It's all or nothing. How niggas been. Got sucker niggas, keep suckers with them. One of the reasons I ain't fucking with them. Trish taking some more than her. Guess she couldn't even afford a winner. I'm open late, don't need a scale, and it's always open. Sneak wishing well, I double down, slick shit to spell. Shawty know I don't kiss and tell. I'm faded, 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 faded. I'm faded, 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 faded. I'm faded, 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 faded. I'm faded, 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 faded. Man, I don't know why I'm still lagging a little bit. Like, I'm watching it on the replay. Like, I'm watching it right now, and it's like I'm lagging a little bit. Jason, what it do? Lord, you say it looks good, seems fine, man. Okay, what it do, H-Buster? We right back into it, man. We just watched the video of dude slamming those ribs to the ground. That's crazy, bro. But we finna move on. We finna slide over to Carolina. This teacher right here is saying that 30,000 students were missing from his district. He has a class of 16. Only 4 of his students showed up. Look at how I'm lagging, bro. What the hell is going on? There were storms out here, man, but like, what? Tonight might not be the night, chat. Tonight might not be the damn night.
Class typically has 16 students in it. We have 4.
District-wide, there are 145,030 students enrolled in Charlotte-Mecklenburg schools. On Monday, 30,399 were absent, 28,136 unexcused. While CMS doesn't break down the numbers by ethnic origin, Gillespie, a multilingual teacher, did.
Children of parents from Angola, from Vietnam, but the students whose parents come from Latin American countries were the students we were missing. So that was kind of the line, even among the ML students, is that we were missing Hispanic students. Class typically has 16 students in it. We had 4.
Say they were missing. Class typically has 16 students in it. Today, they had 4.
District-wide, there are 145,030 students enrolled in Charlotte-Mecklenburg schools. On Monday, 30,399 were absent, 28,100.
Among the ML students is that we were missing Hispanic students. Class typically has 16 students in it. We had 4.
District-wide, there are 145,030 students enrolled in Charlotte-Mecklenburg schools. On Monday, 30,300.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. I'm trying to get my camera back up. All right, there we go. Yeah, they saying 30,399 students were missing. 28,000 of those were unexcused. So they're saying that there's not a lack of teachers. The classrooms are not too big. It's just filled with illegal immigrant children, I guess is what they're trying to say. They're trying to say the teachers are stretched thin because just in this one district, over 30,000 kids were absent due to the ICE raids, man. So they're saying this is what is actually stretching the teachers thin. As one teacher said, he normally has 16 students, but today he only had 4. So classrooms are could be a lot smaller is what they're getting at.
Why we're closed.
This is a guy who owns an ice cream shop. He says he looks similar to an illegal, well, he looks similar to what ICE is looking for. So he said he came to work because it's his shop, but he didn't make any of his employees come in because he didn't want them to be profiled because they're Spanish speaking. He says 90% of his business is gone. Nobody's coming to shop at his ice cream store. So he's just going to close up shop until the ICE raids, get out of the way.
As you guys have seen, there have been a huge impact and a huge growth in ICE detentions, Border Patrol presence here in Charlotte, in the Queen City. So right now, there's a lot of uncertainty. We have shut down. We are an ice cream shop that 80%, 90% of our customers are Latino. As of right now, I cannot take the risk to bring my employees to be profiled because a lot of them speak Spanish. They look like me. I look like the profile that they're looking for. So it is a risk that I am not willing to take. Today
Saying it's a risk he's not willing to take for his employees, chat. So is this guy a good business owner for not having his employees come in, or is he harboring illegals, man? Or is it both? Is it both? Is he a good business owner and he's harboring illegals, or is it one or the other, man? Y'all let me know. OG Yosemite, thank you for that donation. OG Yosemite, welcome in. I hope you're having a great night. Tinky, welcome in. What's up, Tony Toast, man? Y'all let me know how y'all think about that North Carolina ice cream shop owner. Well, this is a message from Homeland Security. They posted on their X today. Rent is too high. There are tens of millions of criminal illegals in our country. Groceries cost too much. There are tens of millions of criminal illegals in our country. There aren't enough jobs. There are tens of millions of illegals in our country. Women don't feel safe walking down the street. There are tens of millions of criminal illegals in our country. Traffic is terrible. There are tens of millions of criminal illegals in our country. Healthcare is too expensive. There are tens of millions of legal criminals in our country. Welfare spending is through the roof. There are tens of millions of illegal criminal illegals in our country. I can't afford a car. There are tens of millions of criminal illegals in our country. I can't afford a house. There are tens of millions of criminal illegals in our country. Many problems, a simple answer. That's what Homeland Security said today, chat. How do y'all feel about that message from Homeland Security? All right, chat. Also, we got Trump said that these people that are telling the military soldiers to disobey direct orders or disobey orders, he's saying that they are traitors and this is treason and they should be hanged. And it's sending the internet in an uproar. This is one of the response. This is from Senator Alyssa Slotkin. She says, earlier this morning, President Trump threatened me and a group of service and veteran members of Congress with arrest, trial, and death by hanging. Here's her response.
A number of other service and veteran lawmakers I'm Senator Alyssa Slotkin, Senator from Michigan, former CIA officer. Earlier today, President Trump threatened myself and a number of other service and veteran lawmakers with arrest, trial, and death because he didn't agree with a video we put out this week. This really isn't about those of us who made the video. This is about who we are as Americans and how we're going to engage with people who we disagree with. I would hope that people of all backgrounds, Democrat, Republican, Independent, would agree that threatening death for people you disagree with is beyond the pale of who we are as Americans. I love this country. It has given me everything. And I refuse to believe that this is the new normal. I refuse to believe that we're going to use fear and intimidation against people we disagree with. And I'm not going to be forced away from speaking up on behalf of my country. I swore an oath to the Constitution many times, most recently less than a year ago as a senator. To the Constitution, not to any one man, not to any one president. And I abide by that oath. For me, I believe in the power of this country and that we are better than our current politics represent. And I refuse to be intimidated out of defending the country I love.
Says she's not going to be intimidated out of defending the country she loves. Here goes some of the tweets that Trump was retruthing. It says this is what Trump posted. It's called seditious behavior at the highest level. Each one of these traitors to our country should be arrested and put on trial. Their words cannot be allowed to stand. We won't have a country anymore. An example must be set. President Donald J. Trump. And somebody responded to Trump and said, hang them. George Washington Wood, in all caps. Hang them, George Washington Wood. And Trump retweeted that, man. Retruthed that, man. Also, in the midst of all of that, if y'all didn't know, the Coast Guard, under the direction of Pete Hegseth, has made swastikas, the noose, like for hanging people, swastikas, and the Confederate flag. They're not violations anymore. They're not considered hate. They're not considered hate. He said the hate was too broad. The crackdown on hate across the military was too broad. So I guess we're seeing it being rolled back. The Coast Guard is saying swastikas, noose, the noose, the swastika, and the Confederate flag are no longer forms of hate. Forms of hate. All right, we're gonna move on. Let me know how y'all think about that. Should the swastika, a noose, or the Confederate flag be viewed as hate? Should they be viewed as hate, or should they not be viewed as hate? Y'all let me know. This is going on in South Africa. This is the transgender clinic in South Africa that had to close up shop because Trump cut off that USAID, man. Said that they had to shut this shit down over there in South Africa.
Our trans community, they come from different parts of the world.
She's showing us around what was a clinic for trans people in central Johannesburg.
Wow, it was big.
It's big, and this used to be our pharmacy.
And so this has all gone away.
The clinic was funded by US aid, and it was a lifeline for more than 1,000 transgender people until it was forced to shut down after President Trump closed the aid agency earlier this year.
As soon as Trump was inaugurated, basically, as soon as he came back into office.
Within like a week, he just decided that he wants nothing to do, more especially with LGBTQI plus people, and more especially his said transgender community.
Adwa is a trans woman who worked at the clinic. She's also HIV positive and depended on the clinic for care. Bane.
Our trans community, they come from different...
So yeah, they shut down the clinic, man. Trump cut off that damn money over there, so the clinic shut down, said that it's over with, man. It's over with. All right, moving on. This is in the UK, man. They saying in the middle of the night, man. This is a chartered bus full of migrants that are military aged. They're saying that they are flooding migrants into the country that are military aged, ready to do something if something pops off, and they're coming off of this chartered bus straight into this luxury hotel. Does look like it might be all right. I'm not gonna lie, I did see that glass at the beginning. Look like it might be all right over there. And they all got envelopes. You know, I'm guessing that's their paperwork or whatever they need to do to get into the country and get settled in. So I wanted y'all to watch these grown men, military age men, getting off this damn bus and going into the hotel. Why don't we see no women? Why aren't there any kids? Why is it lit? I watched this video. It's all men. It's all men. What hotel is that? The International London. I don't know what brand that is. Something to Lotus. Oh, they at the Lotus. The hell is that say? Benihana. Oh, they got a Benihana in that mug. Oh yeah, they going to the International London, man. They got a Benihana Lotus, Benihana Hotels, or is it Benihana Benihana Hotels? They at a Benihana Hotel. I don't know if they really say Benihana, chat. I'm really just kind of squinting my eyes looking, man. Look, it ain't no women getting off that bus, bro. Do they segregate them? Separate them?
Would anybody like to speak to me?
Bruh, not one woman or child got off of that bus, man. There was like 35 dudes, man. 35 dudes walking into the London, man. The international London, man. Damn, I'm not gonna lie, Chad. Think about this, man. They doing this in the middle of the night. So just think about if 25 or 30 buses come through every month. You know what I'm saying? 25, 30 buses come through every month at this hotel. You know what I'm saying? Let's say they do, all right, that's 25, 30. That's one a day. They probably not doing one bus a day at the hotel. But maybe if they processing them, getting them into, you know, some housing or something, maybe. But let's just be real. They're probably doing, per hotel, they probably got 10, 20 hotels over there, maybe more. And they probably busing at least one bus in every single day to one of these joints, bro. At least. You said mostly all men come. That's what I'm seeing, man. I'm seeing that it's all men coming over there. Why is that? Why is it all men, man? All right, Chad. We finna move on to the Caroline, man. Caroline did a press conference today. We finna see what Caroline's talking about. She responded on behalf of Trump, talking about those people should be hanged, and we're gonna see what's going on before we move on, Chad. Let me get us to the damn ad-free version, man. Let me get us to the ad-free version right quick. Y'all double tap the screen, shut a live out while I'm loading this up, man. We are 25 subscribers away from the next sub goal. We go live every single day over here talking current events, politics, and entertainment, man.
Good afternoon, everybody. I brought a very special guest with me today, as you can see, Secretary McMahon. So I will begin my remarks. She's going to speak, and then we'll take some questions. She'll take questions, and I'll take questions from you as well.
You said the hotel stays closed, so they shut down the whole hotel to let these migrants stay in there. The hotel stays closed. That's why, bro, because they don't have to worry about it. You know what I'm saying? Think about it from a hotel, a cash flow perspective. The government's cutting that check, man. And the government's probably cutting that check for every single room in the hotel. If they shut the hotel down, the government's probably cutting a check for every single room in that hotel. They don't got to worry about vacancies. They don't got to worry about people playing with fake credit cards. They don't got to worry about none of that, man. The government's just going to cut them the check. They probably prepaid the shit up for however long, man. And they just go on about their business instead of getting it on the back end and having to worry about if the hotel's at capacity or it's not enough rooms filled and shit. Hell, the government just cuts them a check for all the rooms, and they don't care if the rooms are filled or not. It doesn't matter.
First off, yesterday, First Lady Melania Trump and Second Lady Usha Vance traveled to Marine Corps Air Station New River and Camp Lejeune in North Carolina, where they spent the day meeting with students, educators, military families, and United States Marines. Both the First Lady and Second Lady were grateful for the warm welcome and remain deeply committed to supporting military families and the communities that serve our great nation. May God bless all of them. In economic news, the September jobs report showed the American economy remains strong, with 119,000 new jobs added.
I'm tired of hearing this job shit, bro. I'm tired of hearing this shit from Caroline. I'm tired of hearing this shit. Because when Jerome Powell get up there, he don't say the same shit, man. I'm tired of hearing it. This shit been going on since the Biden era, man. Remember when Biden would get up there and the jobs numbers, we just overshot jobs by 274,000 and shit. I'm tired of this shit, bro. Booming economy, 119,000 jobs created. Where? Because I just seen somebody got like $925 million from the government, and they only created like 200 jobs with the shit. Where is the 119,000 jobs that was created, bro? Like, damn, are we going to have to... I think that's my kid. Hold on, let me make sure.
More than double expectations. These gains came after the summer passage of President Trump's historic tax cuts and multiple big trade deals with countries around the world. In particular, construction jobs surged by 19,000 in September, the largest monthly gain in a year. Nearly all of this solid.
All right, that wasn't my kids. Y'all know how y'all hear them ghost cries and shit, man. You be thinking it's your kid, you know, you just so used to, you know, you getting too damn loud in here. Probably finna wake the kids up, so thought I heard the kid, man. Anyways, back to what I was saying. Yeah, I'm tired of these jobs numbers being overshot by all these thousands, man. Like, are we gonna have to do a social experiment, man, and get on here and see what's up? Because, like, where are these jobs? Like, and what kind of quality are these jobs? Because I just seen in Arkansas, they just shut the whole damn Amazon plant down. The whole damn Amazon plant. Told all the seasonal workers, whoever, F you, everybody that was input, we'll see y'all in February, man. We got to rebuild the whole plant. Talking about they built the plant on a flood zone or whatever, so they just shut down the whole Amazon plant. It told everybody just go to hell home, man. If you're temporary, I'm sorry. It's like 1,000 people just lost their job today, and we sitting here talking about the economy's booming and thriving and shit. What's going on? Amazon just said that they finna replace 700,000 workers in the next 3 years with AI and robots, and we sitting here talking about a booming economy. Oh my God.
Job growth came from the private sector and went to Americans rather than foreign-born workers, the opposite of what we saw under the previous administration. Inflation also remains under control, and wages are up by 3.8% over the year for American workers because of President Trump's pro-growth policies. In fact, real wages are on pace to increase roughly $1,200 for the average worker this year under President Trump. This is a complete reversal of the failed Biden era when we saw inflation skyrocket to 9%, causing private sector workers to see their wages decline by approximately $3,000. We know that Americans are still hurting from the 4-decade.
All of that doesn't, it matters, but it's like, it's a damn balancing act. Like, let's be real. We sitting here talking about saving $1,200. Listen, man, I just seen a poster where they want $4.50 for a medium fried McDonald's. This shit was like $1.89 during the pandemic. Now we at $4, man. They want $3.89 for a damn McChicken. I remember when them bad boys was 99 cents, bro. What are we talking about? We saving $1,200. We gonna spend that back on bullshit, man. Shit's up 300%, and you talking about we saving money? No,
Inflation caused by Joe Biden and the Democrats. But President Trump is making significant progress to fix this, and he will not stop working until he solves it. As the president recently stated, he is never satisfied. For example, President Trump's policies are working to make Americans' Thanksgiving more affordable this year, from their commute to the dinner table. Nearly 100 million Americans are expected to drive next week to spend time with loved ones for the holiday. And thanks to President Trump's drill baby drill agenda, the national average price of a gallon of gas on Thanksgiving Day is projected to be at the cheapest price since the COVID pandemic in 2021.
Shit crazy as hell, man. A damn small fry. I'm talking about the damn Happy Meal fry, bro. The Happy Meal fry is like $2.19. You can damn near get a gallon of gas for the same price as a little baby fry from McDonald's, and they trying to tell us this shit is okay.
President Trump is bringing down gas prices and providing significant savings to American families at the pump. And again, we expect those prices to continue to decline. According to the American Farm Bureau Federation's annual survey, cooking Thanksgiving dinner will also cost less this year than it did last year and is down about 5% overall. The average...
Yeah, if y'all thinking about Thanksgiving too, I heard Aldi's got a Thanksgiving kit for like $40. It come with everything to make you a little Thanksgiving dinner for like $40, you know what I'm saying? So I know a lot of people might be trying to cook Thanksgiving dinner, scraping and scrambling, trying to find out what they say. Aldi's got a $40 Thanksgiving kit over there, man. You can go grab.
Price for a staple of the meal, a 16-pound frozen turkey, is down more than 16% from last year, which will provide critical savings for families and their budgets. President Trump's entire economic agenda is aimed at putting more money back into the pockets of hardworking Americans. That's why he signed the largest middle tax cuts in history into law, from no tax on overtime, no tax on tips, to no tax on Social Security. And according to a new study from Piper Sandler, which is out this week, tax filers can expect an extra $1,000 bump to their tax refund next year, and what could be
burritos $15. I just watched this white man in the car. He bought him and his son a burrito bowl from Chipotle and a medium drink. It was $52. For 2 burrito bowls and 2 medium drinks, it was $52, bro. $52 for Chipotle, bro. I ain't even gonna say what I would have done, bro. They wouldn't have got any more business. I'm just gonna leave it there. They wouldn't have got no more business from me, straight up. They could kiss my ass and they keep that $25 burrito bowl. I don't give a fuck if it's carne asada, barbacoa, whatever the hell is on there, rice and I don't give a damn. Keep that shit for $25, bro.
Record-breaking tax refund season. So there is more good news to come. We know these refunds will make a huge difference for Americans to help pay down their bills and use towards life's expenses. In other news this week, President Trump took a significant step toward delivering on a core campaign promise to finally close the Department of Education. To shrink the bloated federal bureaucracy, the Department of Education just entered into new interagency agreements with 4 agencies: the Departments of Labor, Interior, Health and Human Services, and State. These agencies will now ensure the delivery of legally required programs while also refocusing them to better
Thank you,
serve
Najee.
students. This common sense action brings the Trump administration much closer to finally returning education where it belongs, at the state and
Yeah, they said Department of Education is officially done. They have officially ended the Department of Education, and with that, they took a lot of professional degrees. A lot of the degrees that used to be professional are no longer professional. And what's so crazy is, man, I was on Facebook today, and I seen this girl talking about she's like in nursing school to be one of those damn degrees that's not professional no more. She in there working her ass off, posting all her accomplishments, and I'm sitting here thinking like, she probably don't even know that shit's not considered a professional no more. She probably don't even know. I'm talking about putting in that damn work, and that shit's not even professional no more as of what, yesterday, a couple of days ago. Crazy.
level, not in Washington, D.C. The Democrats' reckless 43-day government shutdown did manage to do one valuable thing. It proved that America does not need a federal Department of Education. During the longest shutdown in history, the Department of Education furloughed 90%.
Man, what the hell is a shrimp donut? You talking about you was eating shrimp donuts. What is a shrimp donut? I've never... KFC has shrimp donuts, not in Arkansas, not in Texas. I've never heard of a shrimp donut, man. Explain to me what a shrimp donut is, bro.
Of its staff. And America's education system was not impacted whatsoever. Schools stayed fully open across the country. Students attended class and received normal in-person instruction. And our wonderful teachers received their paychecks uninterrupted. The Democrats' government shutdown made it painfully obvious that American families do not need the Department of Education. Since its creation in 1979 during the Carter administration, the Department of Ed has spent over $3 trillion taxpayer dollars without improving student achievement, despite pure pupil spending having increased by more than 245% since the 1970s. Math and reading scores are down in public schools. In fact, the most recent Nation's Report card from 2024 showed...
That what it sound like, man. It sound like we don't even need the federal government, man. They talking about abolish IRS, Department of Education. Hell, what the hell do we need the federal government for, man? I mean, damn, they don't want to send no money out. They talking about Doge. We cutting back spending and shit, man. We got private security for girlfriends and private jets flying around. People appointed to the administration getting 2 jets. Hell, you didn't need 1, you needed 2 of them bad boys. It's like, get me started with this shit, bro.
That 13-year-olds' math scores are the lowest they've been in decades, and their reading scores are the lowest since testing began more than 30 years ago. It's clear that throwing more money at a broken system does not work, and that's why President Trump appointed the amazing leader behind me, our Secretary of Education, Linda McMahon, who is making these monumental changes at the direction of the president. We're very grateful to have you here today to talk about these changes and then take some questions. Hopefully folks in this room will have some questions on the very important topic of education. So please, Mrs. Secretary.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Caroline. It's really a pleasure to be here with you today, and thank all of you for being here as well. My purpose here is to speak directly to the American family.
That's what I'm saying here. We might well only had a government for war. Shit, if we want to be real, shit, what else? They want to purge them for everything else. It seems like the only thing, really, we shouldn't even hear these folks talking. If it's not about war or going into conflict and shit, we shouldn't even hear these folks talking. We should just be seeing results, straight up. You're talking about the damn price of this and that. Just get the shit down. Talking about gas, get the shit cheap. Talking about it, keep them low. You know what I'm saying? We shouldn't even hear shit from y'all. Y'all want to cut down everything, get rid of everything. Just shut the hell up. Stop talking. Unless it's about a conflict, you know what I'm saying, overseas or some shit, we might have to put some boots on the ground, send our kids in the war. Just shut the hell up. We don't need y'all no way. Y'all said it, not us. Hell.
Not just you, but to the American families, about the work this administration is doing in education to reverse our national decline with a hard reset of our educational system. That reset was a top campaign promise from President Trump to send education back to the states and end Washington's micromanagement of education once and for all. This week we took the most decisive steps thus far.
Man, is that Vince McMahon, people? Who is this? Man, is that Vince McMahon, wife?
To make good on this promise to you. We have linked 6 groundbreaking partnerships with other federal agencies to delegate education department programs that are redundant with existing programs at Labor, State, Interior, and HHS. These interagency...
You talking about we should just pay for failing systems? What system has succeeded? What the fuck has succeeded? What system that's currently in place has succeeded? Let's just be real. Damn, we talking about crying and shit. I just want them to shut the hell up. Keep prices down. Keep getting prices down. And then if we talking about going into conflict, all news streams should just be about what the hell is going on with war. That's what it should be. Are we going to war or are we about ready to go to war? All of this other shit, hell. When you saying we don't need government, no way. We not sending money to nobody else. We not giving money to the schools no more. The damn transgender, we already got the two gender out the way. You know what are we needed for? Just shut the hell up. Show us some damn results, man. Let us know when we get ready to step on war. You talking about I'm crying and sounding bad, bro? No, it's real. They saying we don't fucking need them. We want smaller government. Cool. Let the states run it. Shut the hell up there, man. Unless we go on to war.
Agreements to cut our own bureaucratic bloat are a key step in our efforts to shift education authority from Washington, D.C. to your state education agency, your local superintendent, your local school board, entities that are accountable to you, and we encourage parents to always be involved. Cutting federal bureaucracy is never a popular move among D.C. insiders. A chorus of anti-Trump voices have come out of the woodwork to complain that we are defunding education, harming students, or acting without a plan. This could not be further from the truth. The majority of Americans across the country handed to President Trump the popular vote precisely because they have seen the brokenness of a top-down education system run by the federal government. They're painfully aware that only 3 out of 10 students can read proficiently at their grade level. They know that college students are collectively $1.7 trillion in debt, and less than half of college graduates get a job that actually uses the degree which they studied so hard to get. They see more teachers than ever before.
Well, hell, who fault is that, man? Ban ghost jobs. How about that? How about that? We want to bring some legislation down. Ban ghost jobs. Make it a crime for a job to post a position and have no plans on filling it. Make it, because jobs do that. They do that to keep their employees in line and make sure people not leaving and all of that shit. Make that a problem. So that'll kill all of this shit. Once we stop making all of this ghost job, I bet we won't come in hearing these crazy ass numbers like, oh, we added 109,000 jobs when ain't nobody got no damn extra jobs or no new employment. We won't hear no shit like back when Biden was in office. 274,000 jobs to come back and adjust the shit. Oh, we overshot by 180,000. You know what I'm saying? Crazy shit, bro. Crazy. Ban it. Make it a crime to post ghost jobs, and let's see what the numbers really look like.
Or leaving the profession due to burnout, over-regulation, and lack of autonomy in the classroom. Anti-Trump voices are stirring up fear that returning education to the states is a draconian action. When Americans hear that we are shutting down the department, but given no other details, 51% oppose it. But when those same Americans are informed of our plans to preserve important elements of our work in other federal agencies and to maintain the K-12 funding that is distributed to the states, that number flips to an even greater majority at 56%. And they support returning education to the states and breaking up the bureaucracy. That's because the Department of Education is a pass-through entity. It doesn't educate a single student. The money it sends to states for education can be sent directly without waste. The Democrats' government shutdown proved that without a doubt, and I'll reiterate what you said, that the Department of Education was not necessary during the shutdown. Now, this is what I've seen already.
A lot of shit wasn't necessary during the shutdown. If y'all want to be honest, if y'all ass was still paying TSA, wouldn't nothing have went untouched during the damn shut. If y'all was paying TSA in the military, I forgot what was the guy's name that cut the checks for all the soldiers. If y'all was paying if y'all was paying the damn markers, put it to you like this: if they was still getting paid and could live that damn life, we need none of this shit. Let's just be damn real. Let's be real. Planes slowed up and government workers weren't getting checks, man. That was about all this slop down, man, and the food stamps, but people were stealing anyway.
Already on my 50-state tour that I've embarked on, educators are innovating in their schools. States are customizing their budgets and standards, and post-secondary institutions are planning for the economy of the future. But we're not leading them. They are informing us. That's why our final mission as a department is to fully empower states to carry the torch of our education.
Brought her ass in there to be the head of the department that's no longer gonna be there. That's crazy. We just hired you to shut down your whole damn department. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna bring you in, make you the head of the Department of Education, but that shit not even gonna be here in a few months. You know what I'm saying? You just come in, get on. You only gotta talk that much. Like, you only gotta do like 1 or 2 prayer conferences. We gonna get the Department of Education up out of here. So what are you there for anymore? Like, there's no more Department of Education. So what the hell is your job now?
Educational renaissance. Education is local. It should be overseen locally by those who best know local needs. We're not ending federal support for education. We are ending federal micromanagement and paving the way for education renewal through state reforms like school choice, the science of reading, and restoring the right priorities in higher education. President Trump promised to send education back to the states, and we're keeping that promise. America's next generation will look back on the work we've carried out, thankful for an education system that prioritizes students over bureaucracy. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Madam Secretary, and we'll take some questions for the Secretary if you have them. Elizabeth.
I don't even care about the school choice shit, because when I was in school, we had school choice up until a certain point. You know what I'm saying? I remember I probably was in like 10th grade or 11th grade, and they was like, look, man, if you live in the district, you're gonna have to go to school and wherever you live. You know what I'm saying? But before that, people was going. I told y'all, I grew up in Arkansas. Like, it was parents that they got a word that they daughter or whatever was liking somebody outside of their race, man. They had yank their kid up out of school, man, and send them somewhere real fast. You know, I really ain't got no problem with school choice. It happens in sports all the time. You got a little athlete over there or something, man, they want to get them to a better school. The coach will take them in. Hell, the coach will let the athlete come live with him. I ain't never met this kid a day in his damn life. Hey, he want to play some ball, man, he gonna open up his doors to the kid, man. That's school choice. But it's not for everybody. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to move to the district. Oh, your family doesn't want to rent a place over there, or you don't know anybody you can move with over there. Hell, the coach open up his damn doors to him. Bring your ass over here.
Why don't you start? Thank you for joining us. You announced the partnership to move some functions of the Education Department to other agencies. Are you talking to members of Congress about codifying this so that it lasts beyond the administration?
Yes, we started our conversation, and thanks very much for asking that, because there have been some reports that Congress is in the dark on this. That's clearly not true. We've been talking to, probably I've talked to dozens of members of Congress to explain to them exactly what we're doing, to bring them up to speed, and to say to them, look, when we have completed some of these transfers that are working incredibly well, then we will be looking to Congress to codify those, make them permanent.
Brian.
Thank you, Senator McMahon. What is the update on the negotiations with Harvard? I know the president has publicly pointed to you as...
She kind of look like Vince McMahon. Don't they say when you're around somebody so long, you start to look like them?
Somebody who's worked on that. I think you've talked about that at length, but I'd like to understand, where are things with those negotiations with Harvard this time?
They're ongoing negotiations, and I feel very comfortable that we are getting close to having those negotiations finalized. It's been open door conversation all along.
Deanna?
Hello, Mrs. Secretary. The President recently posted about establishing a federal standard for AI. Do you know if the administration has a view on the use of AI for students in schools? And Caroline, do you know if the President personally uses AI?
I don't think so.
You can handle
I've
that
never
one.
witnessed it, so I can't attest to that.
Well, I do think AI is going to need guardrails.
How the hell we gonna say do Trump personally use AI or not? Man, damn, yeah, he using AI. He ain't gotta type it in on his phone. He'll just tell somebody to look something up, man. We see all these AI videos he posted and shit. We just seen one of the damn army generals come out and say he runs war strategy through AI. And come on, bro. AI running this motherfucking country, man.
But I have witnessed AI firsthand. I was at the Alpha School in Austin, Texas, and the first 2 hours of every day in that school, students are learning through AI. They have their headsets on, they're in front of their screens, and the AI is really acting as like an individual tutor for those students, allowing those students that can progress faster to do that. Those who need a little catch up, it refeeds information to them. And so after those 2 hours of learning, the basics of what they're doing in their curriculum that day, then they spend the rest of the day, I mean, they have good recess and all of that time, then they spend the rest of the day
Thank you, Corey.
on what are called life skills, and they're actually using the information that they've learned this morning. So I've seen some AI in action that is really proving quite beneficial.
Michael.
Thank you, Caroline. Secretary McMahon, as the Education Department continues to pare down, can you talk about taxpayer services like charter school grants and how the department will continue to assist kids with special needs?
Hell, charter school grants. I'm in Texas right now. They just came out. What was it? A couple months ago, the superintendent was getting paid like $400,000 bonuses and shit, man. He was taking all the money. Dude was a superintendent over a district that didn't even have 1,000 kids. He was making like half a ticket, bro, like $500,000 a year, man. I'm talking about crazy bonuses and incentives, man. Charter school getting the hell off, man. 1,000 kids, this dude getting $500K, man. Funneling all of that damn money, man, straight to his pocket.
We are going to make sure that there's no interruption in getting that grant money out the door. I mean, that money is, it comes from Congress, it's appropriated by Congress, and we legally are obligated to do that. And the transitions we're starting to make, our first programs that went over to the Department of Labor, that was a few weeks ago. We actually signed the first interagency agreement, which we accomplished under the authority of the Economy Act. We transferred grants for WIOA and for the Perkins Act. And the really good news is that the Department of Labor has a much more sophisticated system, technology system and grant fulfilling system than the Department of Education does. As a matter of fact, our executive manager that went over with that group over to Labor said he would compare what the labor system is to education's like held together by bubble gum that is not connected to any other part. So we were able to get those grants out the door more smoothly, and states have actually better access for those systems than they do at the Department of Education. So that's a real bonus.
Take a couple more. Carrie, go ahead.
Like, we had all of this time, man. We had how many secretaries of the Department of Education has there been? You know what I'm saying? Like, we had this time, like Linda McMahon. You came in here and you had a chance to give. Hold on. Dorsey, I'm gonna have to call you back in a second. I'm gonna have to call you back, Dorsey. The damn live messed up. Let me finish this and I'm gonna reset it. I really opened the phone line so Tech and more could call in. But hold on, Dorsey, I'm gonna call you back. The audio messed up. I'm gonna have to reset the live. But listen, she had a chance to come in and give free school lunches to everybody. But instead, she come in and shut the shit down. Like, wow. Like, talk about a damn antagonist of the damn book, bro. Like, what is going on, man? Like, you had a chance, man. They put the Department of Education in your hands, man. You could have advocated for free school lunch, anything. You just want to shut this shit down. You know what? We've had enough. It's over with, man. That's why I shouted out Jerry Rice, because Jerry Rice took $1 million out him and his wife pocket to pay up on 100 schools lunch tabs, man. Like, why isn't, like, I don't know, bro. I'll be right back, Chad. Let me reset this. Double tap the screen, shut her live out. I'll be right back.
Any other part. So we were able to get those grants out the door more smoothly, and states have actually better access for those systems than they do at the Department of Education. So that's a real bonus.
Take a couple more. Carrie, go ahead.
As far as the diversity, equity, and inclusion new regulations that came out from the administrations, a lot of schools, whether high school or even higher education is concerned, some of them are defying these new administration policies, even apparently according to a new report.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you, Rick.
As far as there's been a new report from the administration saying that half of medical schools are defying the administration when it comes to DEI policies. What type of action will the administration take for these schools that are defying the new DEI policies?
Well, certainly the president has been very clear, and the Department of Education has taken measures to make sure that as schools are developing, their policies, or if they have open DEI offices, they're closed, or DEI regulations and rules are stripped, from their programs, and so that will.
What's good, brother?
Not much. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Second more, but I go by Jay.
All right, what's up, Jay?
Cali.
What's up, Jay from Cali? How you feeling about tonight's topic?
Man, this month is crazy, bro. Cause I'm in agreement with you, bro. Look, I grew up. I'm barely 29.
Mm-hmm.
But you feel me? Like when I was going to school, I survived off of free lunches, bro. So the shit is crazy to me. Excuse my French, my bad. I know we on YouTube. But this stuff is crazy, bro. Cause they pocketing all that money, bro. That's crazy, bro. You gotta be dishing it out so that these kids can eat, bro. Not a lot of families are sitting here and being able to afford these lunches for kids, bro. I know my family couldn't. That's the reason why the school lunches helped out, bro. Crazy though, cause I mean, you got a lot of stuff going on. I was just on another YouTuber's live stream, and he was on. He a Democrat, and he was on some stuff talking about DEA stuff. He was talking about a bunch of stuff, and it's like, man, look, I don't believe that's correct, bro. Like, you feel me? If you sit here and purposely sitting here and targeting people based off of their nationality or skin color, and that's based off how you treat them, that's already a violation of rights, because we're supposed to be equals in this country, which means we should be treated all fairly and equally. Now, sadly, we aren't treated all fairly and equally.
Nah, correct. See,
when it comes
to me on the you speaking about the ICE raids, correct?
Yeah.
So when it comes to me on the ICE raids, I feel like it's a fucked up. I mean, it's a messed up situation. I feel like there is a crisis. We did have wide open borders. Now, I do feel like people are getting snatched off the street. Kids are getting exposed to a lot of, encounters and situations that they shouldn't be exposed to. Even the kids who, are just whatever nationality. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
very true.
What I am going to say is it's kind of like the black community, I ain't gonna speak for all the black community, but the black community where I'm at, it's happened. You know, I wasn't around for stop and frisk really. You know, little people a little bit older than me was around for stop and frisk. You know, that was predominantly for black people. But I have been driving while black a few times. I have been pulled over for driving while black a few times, specifically with a snapback on. If you in a car, you got a snapback or a fitted cap on, no tint, yeah, your ass can get pulled over driving while black coming through Arkansas.
Oh no, for sure. I know for sure in certain parts, yeah, because
I said all this to say,
in Tennessee, they're the same way.
I said all that to say is like my whole plight is this. It's like, is it the way the deportations are going, or is it the deportations? That's where I have this convo with people, because
that's where I'm at too. That's exactly what, like, the same conclusion that I'm at, because it really is the problem deporting, or is the problem the way we're deporting?
Correct. I think it's the way, because Mexico deports a lot of people. I don't know if people know that or not, or realize that or not. Mexico deported a lot of people. Like, you can go back to the 2024 numbers. Mexico deported like 1 million people. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not, you know. So we're not the only country doing it, and we're not the only country that's, you know, in North America that's doing it. So it's like,
exactly.
I would say this, though. I would say this. If they allowed them to come get them out of jail, it would be a lot easier. We wouldn't see a lot of this. It wouldn't be a lot of this violence. Not saying there wouldn't be any.
I do agree with you, because I'm like, you know what? I feel like it's one thing to deport them, but then when you're holding them in encampments and stuff like that, it's like, okay, come on, bro. Just, if you're going to send them back, send them back.
Correct.
But all this other extra stuff and keeping them locked up, nah, just...
So this is where the conversation...
Walk them out the gate and then let them leave. You know what I mean?
Right. But this is where the conversation gets even deeper. You know, I've thought about this, like, on a lot of levels. And when we having it, we got to get all the way to it. So, yes, they're holding these people in camp and in detention centers. But have we asked why? They say that they're correct, but they say that they, you know, are having processing problems, trying to process them out. So Trump sent a lot of National Guard to these states to help process these individuals out, and the Democrats were in an uproar. See, I'm a centrist, so I can see it from both sides. So it's like, you were mad that Trump sent the National Guard here, but some of the places he sent the National Guard to, it was specifically to help process these people out that are supposed to be being deported.
Yeah, they were needed. They were needed. You know, the more manpower you got, the better and faster and more thorough and consistent the job can run. If you got, because you think about it, right? We got what, maybe 300-400 million people in the United States alone.
Correct.
You're trying to process them. You're trying to, you know, find out which. Oh, you're coming from Mexico. Oh, you're going back to Mexico. You're going to El Salvador. You're going to this place. We're trying to find out where they're going and help them go that way. I mean, regardless of, yeah, we're deporting you, but it'll make it kind of flow more freely and more in sync. You know what I mean? More smoothly, but it's not gonna run smoothly if we got 6, maybe 7, maybe 20, 30 people, and then you got what, let's say 1,500 people that you got to process.
Correct.
20 people to be able to do that. You got to. They need some help.
A lot of these people, you know, a lot of people have been in America for a while, so returning back to wherever they at would be foreign to them. But for the people specifically that came across the border, you know what I'm saying, over the last 4 or 5 years, it's a little different for them. Maybe they're fleeing conflict, you know what I'm saying? Maybe they're fleeing, you know, something else. But I mean, they saying that shit, they giving you a plane ticket and $1,000 cash to self-deport.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Come on. That's what I'm saying. It's like, bro, and you know, in these other countries that they're coming from, it's not even to be mean to downplay their country, but other countries are not as rich as America.
They not giving you $1,000 in a plane ticket to wherever. I know that.
You know what I mean? Exactly. You know what I mean? So it's like, bro, the fact that and the $1,000 in their home country is a lot compared to over here. You go to Mexico with $1,000, you could buy a whole damn kitchen. Excuse my French, but you could buy a whole kitchen. I had a couple buddies who were like, man, I went to Mexico, spent about $500, came out with 2 shopping carts full. And
yeah,
like,
that $1,000 is not going. What I'm gonna say is that $1,000 is not, you know what I'm saying, just the end all be all. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna, you know, set an individual up for life. But if you got, you know what I'm saying, if you got, let's say, a family, you know what I'm saying, a family, couple kids, if they giving everybody $1,000 self-deport, if y'all got, you know what I'm saying, two families living in the crib, that might be 8-9 people. Y'all might get a 10 ball to leave. You know what I'm saying? Y'all get a 10 ball to leave. That could set you up. You know what I'm saying? If y'all put it together, that 10 could set y'all up. You know, pay rent up for a while.
That's the reality, right? The reality is $1,000 isn't you right. You're not gonna be set for life. Know how to play your cards right, because that's the thing. Sit there and complains about the hand they're dealt with in life. Have the shittiest hand, excuse my French, you have the worst hand. If you know how to play it, I end up winning the game. So the reality is, if you got your wife, you got 2 families, and y'all all staying in the crib together, like you said, that's 10 racks. If you play with that money the right way, back to your country, you could be set for life.
I get it though, because they working over here getting $750 a week. You know what I'm saying? Depending on where they're working, it's $750. Well, I mean, minimum wage is crappy, but if they probably making about close to $1,000 a week. You know what I'm saying? $750,000 a week. So they probably looking at it like, well, if I just stay over here, I could work 2 weeks, put $2,000 back for if I do get deported. You know what I'm saying? So I can see it working both ways.
Definitely works both ways. I also had like an issue because I was watching this Democratical dude on YouTube, and he was talking about how the population here in America, how we're the wealthiest country, we're rich, the population steady growing, brings more income into our country. I don't see it that way, because you got to look at the fact that there's people who come here who are from other countries. They work an American job, they make the American money, and they send a little bit back home. They making their own country wealthy while being here and working here.
Man, I just seen, I think it was a college graduation. Ways, I just seen a college graduation somewhere in America. It was like a Christian school, I believe. It was no white people in there. I think I seen 2 black people. It was straight Indians, straight in people from India graduating. I'm talking about not just the front row, not just the front 2 rows. I'm talking about the whole damn auditorium. I seen 2 black people, and everybody else in there I seen was Indian.
And you feel me? Like, I don't mean to sound racist, but here in California, we seeing the same thing, bro, where you're seeing a lot more Latinos in schools than you are seeing African American or whites. And I'm not white myself. I'm Samoan and European.
Yeah, I think in Texas, they just, the Hispanic population just became the majority population over the last couple of years in Texas.
Yeah, and it's been that way for, I don't know, I think going on like 10 plus years now over here in Cali. But it's not an issue, because it's not to even sound funny. I know pretty much everyone who's racist is going to sit there and try to say they're not racist.
No, it's 2025. They don't do that no more. Racists say they're racist for sure. Now, if they got a platform, they might be trying to hide it or whatever. But just regular individuals, no, they don't hide this shit no more.
But you know, like how I feel, right, is in this country, the way it's ran, the more people, right? And I describe it like this, and this is how I describe it even to my Latin friends. I'm like, yo, you gotta think of this country as not just a country, place of business, because the less money that your boss or this country is making, the less it has to give out. Has to give out, the more families go hungry. Issue with that as well is the fact that a lot of people sit there and still kind of don't understand it. And another way that I put it is, now let's be honest right here, right now. Sit there. I don't know if you live by yourself or if you live with someone, but let's say it's you got a wife and 2 kids.
Okay.
Do you think you're going to spend more money in groceries compared to a person who has just them?
Of course.
Them and their wife. No
course.
kids.
Of course I would spend more.
The reality, right, is the more mouths you have to feed, the more money you're going to spend. And a lot of people don't understand that analogy when I talk about the country, but it's because our population, we're seeing it. It's still growing. We're constantly getting floods of immigrants and migrant workers and migrant people coming over to America. The more mouths America has to feed, the more broke every American will be. And the issue with that as well is a lot of people don't understand the fact that inflation, the way inflation works is the fact that because we have so many mouths to feed, now we got to print out more money. Because we print out more money, the less value the dollar holds. And the reason being is because most of the money that we did once have has left, and it continues to leave because there's people who are sending that money to other families in other countries. And that affects everything. That affects your gas prices, rent. It makes rent more expensive. I mean, even in California, I'm pretty sure statistically overall everywhere, you're seeing a steady growth and a steady increase in the homeless population. We're so rich. Why is there people who are still homeless? Why is there people who are still hungry?
Capitalism.
So, you know what I mean? So it's like, bro, I hear these Democrats, and it's not to be disrespectful because I used to be a Democrat all the way up until after Obama. When Obama was president, bro, I voted for him.
Okay.
But when Biden hit the office, I was like, bro, oh man, I don't know, bro. You got an open border policy. What the hell? I'm not trying to say don't let people in, but we also have to be selective about who you let in. You don't let anyone into your house, right?
Correct. See, this is what I had a problem with Carlos. When me and Carlos had these convos right here. You say illegals don't get benefits for the most part. Carlos, this is where we had this convo because, correct, illegals don't get benefits for the most part, but when they bypass the process and they're issued a Social Security card and taken down to the food stamp office and shit, you hold on, let me finish. Carlos is gonna say, well, they're not illegal then, they got a Social Security number. Well, this one Social Security number was linked to how many damn people? You know what I'm saying? Like, let's be honest. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's where this argument is like, it's I ain't gonna say cherry pick because that's not the word. It's like, it's such a fine it's such a fine line because it's like, you're right, illegals don't get benefits for the most part, but what about everybody that's issued a Social Security number that shouldn't be issued one? You know what I'm saying? Hell, if you can come through and get a damn CDL, I'm pretty sure you can get whatever the hell else you need. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's be real. But that's when he'll say, well, they're not illegal at that point. Well, shit, but that's the damn thing. That's why this administration changed it from being a civil offense to a criminal offense, because it was too damn easy. But I've been on this show, doing this show for almost 2 years, coming up like 6 months, like a year and a half, right? Not once have I heard anybody talk about all the people Mexico deport. Not once.
Yeah. I haven't heard of that in a while, bro. Like, I think you're the only one who has mentioned it as far as on this platform.
I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? Nobody talks about how many people Mexico deport. Oh man, am I lagging again? It's raining. It's raining. Can you hear me, caller?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. Go ahead. You got the floor. I'm finna put the phone number up to call in. I'm gonna let what you say your name was again? You said call you Jay, right?
Yeah.
All right, yeah. I'm gonna let Jay finish up, man.
I was just saying, like, man, I mean, to a degree, I hear what Carlos is saying. I hear what you're saying, and to a degree, you also have to count into effect, or literally to a point, that if you could come over and you could get Social Security, you could get food stamps, form of benefit that our country kind of offers. So you are, to a degree, even as an immigrant, able to come over and get some American benefit. I mean, it's not exclusive to only Americans. So, I mean, hey, man.
Let me answer Carlos, because Carlos finna call in. Let me get Carlos on the phone. I appreciate you for calling in, Jay.
Worries, man. I'll let you go. Let you do your thing.
I hope you subscribe and give us a call back, man. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Yo, plug, what it do? You know it's your Sammy.
I thought you was Carlos. I was ready for that because I was finna get on Carlos' ass about these. I don't want to show my hand though. That's why I'm waiting on him to call in, because he gonna say they not getting a Social Security number and they not sharing Social Security numbers. But I'm finna bust his damn bubble today because I know what's going on. Go ahead though, OG Yosemite.
For sure. Well, I was just listening to you and the last caller, and both of y'all made some very valid points, but this is where I really want to keep it real with us in America. We talk about people coming over here and stealing our jobs. We talk about people coming over here and taking our places. People are coming from places from far and wide, unknown, where they're in major suffrage, and they're taking advantage of the system that we have in place for our people. People don't take advantage of the system that we have in place for our people. Yet we complain about what somebody else is taking away from us. What I want to say is we need to start with ourselves. With these programs that are implemented for us, with these procedures that are put in place for us to take advantage to make America great again, we have to be the ones to take advantage of that. We got to be the ones going to the schools. We got to be the ones getting the grants. Said it earlier today, plug, the YNs would rather stand out there and be belligerent, malicious, and be called title or claiming thug than to take advantage of the systems that we have in place for our people. This is one thing I'm going to say, and you ain't never heard me say it, but I'm going to say it now. This is where I defend Obama. I'm going to say it in his presidency a long time ago. Way back when, the day of the labor job is going to be obsolete. I can't just give y'all money and put money in y'all pocket, but I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to open it up so you can take advantage of some of these programs. I'm going to open it up where you can go get you a trade. And when he spoke, plug, I listened. Us as Americans don't even take advantage of the own system that's set and designed for us. We complain about what everybody else is coming over here doing.
Not correct. You are right.
I just wanted to give my 2 cents on that, plug. I mean, you know me and you, we can go a mile long with this. You know how I feel about what I'm seeing right now. It's predicted. It's allowed. We allowed it. Because we didn't take advantage. I can't complain about what this man don't want to do for me if I didn't take advantage of what was in place for me before this man even took office. As Americans, we should be taking advantage of our own system. And that's something that I haven't seen us do in God knows when. There's a times of reversing, and it's too late to complain. Because when the hands of time wasn't reversing, we should have been taking advantage. I just wanted to give my 2 cents.
Nah, you are correct, man. There are quite a few programs that are for minorities or women or whatever that people do not take advantage of. They don't understand what's going on. So nah, you are more
thousands of programs.
correct. Like I believe it's one of the states, is it Washington State or is it Oregon? One of those states over there is giving reparations in the form of $100,000 for home buyers, first time black home buyers.
Bro, Home Depot got a program right now where they are doing immense training.
Yeah, I already started that. I had started the HVAC one over there.
Well, me and you talking about that, but how many of our young brothers are actually in the know to take advantage of it?
I had done a live on it. I need to do some shorts on it, but I had done a live on it.
So, what's the problem with America? While we complaining about everything that Bulletproof is stripping, you should have been doing something about it a long time ago. Long time ago. I mean, it ain't no secret. We know that Bulletproof don't give a damn about nobody but Bulletproof. Not even when it comes to his own party. But if you're going to sit back and you're going to cry about what Bulletproof doing and you're going to take advantage of some of these implemented things that are in place before they're not in place anymore.
Okay.
You know I'm proud of you, brother.
Man, I appreciate you,
I'm
OG.
proud that you keep it real with the people. But that's what the people need to hear. While we arguing back and forth over partisanship, it starts with you. Take advantage of the situations that are here. Because people, whether you know it or not, they're being stripped from us every day. And eventually, you won't take advantage. And this ain't even for me or you, Plug, because we full grown.
Yeah, and we got to realize,
they don't
too,
even understand.
while we on this convo, we got to realize, too, that there might not be just a clear path forward or an easy path forward. You might have to jump through hoops and hurdles. You might meet somebody that genuinely doesn't want to help you, but shit, you just come back the next day, get a different representative, just stay focused on that path, man, because there is a lot of opportunity out there. Maybe it's not in the form of only for a specific group of people. It may be a blanket to the opportunity, and we bypass that a lot of times.
Exactly, and brother, jumping through hoops is something we've been doing for a long time. So if you ain't prepared to grind, create the obstacles that are in your way instead of complaining about them, you're forever going to be stuck in that state. You want to take it out of the hands of the politicians, it starts with us.
Thank you, Shamaya.
And that's just real talk. That's one to grow on, as we say, Plug.
All right, now, OG, man, I sure appreciate you.
Love you, bro.
Hey, I love you too, man. All right, now, OG.
Sure.
All right, we're going to let Carlos call in. Call on in, Carlos. I got Tomcat. I got to call Dorsey back too, man. Damn. Let me call Dorsey back first. Nah, Carlos, call on in, Carlos. Thank you, Carlos. Call in, Carlos. Damn, I got to call Tomcat and Dorsey. We kicking it tonight, y'all. I took a nap. We straight. I took a nap. He said that way he don't kick me out after I call. I ain't gonna kick you out, Carlos. Last night I was sleepy, man. Last night I was sleepy.
Call from
Carlos.
What it do, Carlos?
What you got for me?
Man, this is what I got, man. You said by far and large, illegals are not getting benefits, right? And I said, correct, but there's a fine line because
all right, come on.
They were getting Social Security cards, man.
No, legal asylum seekers, a TPS status.
Exactly. That's the fine line that I'm talking about. You could walk over here and say that you needed asylum, and he gave out 2 million Social Security cards in 1 year, in 1 fiscal year at that.
Asylum has been in the books since God knows.
But when have we 2 million in 1 year?
But those same people that we are giving Social Security cards to, paying into taxes.
I'm not saying they're not. You're saying that illegals weren't getting benefits. I said
don't get benefits.
I said
they don't get.
Okay, they don't get no benefits.
They don't get the food stamps and shit like that.
I didn't say food stamps. We talking about benefits, period.
Medicaid,
when I'm talking about benefits, I'm talking about like what about the home loans, the FHA loans to buy houses? We talking about a housing crisis.
FHA loans.
Okay.
I mean, that's just. I mean, we can Google it. They can't get FHA loans because they're not qualified for that. Technically, don't have a status.
Okay.
You have to have a status, a legal status. Asylum is not a legal status because you have a case pending.
Okay.
Once you have an asylum case and it is adjudicated, then you're either granted a green card or you're not granted a green card. Okay. Until that moment, you don't have a status, so you cannot qualify for those government benefits like that.
Like that? What is like that?
FHA, like you said, FHA, the food stamps and all that stuff. I brought somebody over here, 3 years ago, something like that. I know the process well. I had to sign an affidavit saying I will support them, that they cannot qualify for any financial assistance or any government assistance.
Okay.
I put myself on the line for them financially, but that could happen with them.
So they can't get no housing. So you saying after they get the Social Security card, they can't get no housing?
So they get a legal status? No. To the process, like I literally went through the process.
Yeah. Okay. All right, Carlos. I'm gonna take your word for it, but that's what I just had for you, man. He issued 2.1 million Social Security numbers, man. 2.1 million.
Those are all legal statuses.
Hey, you just said they wouldn't get Social Security
I get what you're saying. That it's an overwhelming number. I get that.
All right, here go the actual numbers. Here go the actual numbers for 2024. Work permits for over 100 asylum applicants, 750,000 parolees, and 150,000 with deferred action. So I think the deferred action is probably the ones that have been here a while.
Deferred action is when somebody has a deportation order.
Right.
Cuba, a Cuban citizen. Since they couldn't be deported, they had to give them deferred action.
Right.
They have a deportation order, but they can't be deported.
So let's say this, right? I'm just going to say that giving out 2.1 million Social Security cards in 1 year is crazy. I'm just going to keep it
let's go back. You said that was 2024, correct?
Yeah.
Go back to 2018. Let's compare it. I mean, I don't know the numbers off the top. They might be extremely different, but I don't know the numbers.
$82,000
in total.
Okay. All right, here you go. In total, it was 200 and right at 300,000. In total, it was right at 300,000. 350,000. It was 350,000 in 2018, in 2019, and 400,000 in 2020.
Okay.
And 2.1 million in 2024. I don't know the 2023 numbers. I can look.
I'm not debating whether the numbers are high. Like Biden let in an outrageous amount of people. He let them in legally through TPS, asylum, whatever the case may be.
Somebody in the comments said, Carlos is wrong, you are right. Once they received a Social Security number, we were signing them up for food stamps. The entire family, I signed them up.
I don't know if I believe that bit. I can't negate it.
Yeah,
when I brought my
trying.
cousin over.
You know, some people do it the right way, you know what I'm saying? And you know, like, I'm from the hood, you know what I'm saying? So if shit was going on, shit was just kind of going on. But if we having these debates, then we just got to keep it real, man. Them folks was getting food stamps. Them folks was in the projects, you know what I'm saying? Just like everybody else. Folks was getting Section 8. Hey, it was what it was.
I 100% agree with you if they have a status here. Yes, they can get it. They have a status.
Right, okay.
Saying once they have a legal status, yes, they can qualify. But if they don't have asylum is not legal until you appear in front of the judge and all that.
Okay.
But I'm saying illegal immigrants that do not have a legal status in this country do not qualify for benefits.
Okay. All right. So we got that together. So how do you feel about Mexico's deportation numbers, man? They
I googled your numbers.
Right.
They deported tens of thousands. Your number, the 1.2, 1.7 million?
1.2.
1.2 million was from 2004 to 2018.
Okay.
The total number.
So that's about what? 2004 to 2018. That's like what? That's 14 years. Okay, yeah, that's about 70-some thousand a year.
All for deportation. That's what people are like. Think, okay, these Hispanics are not for deportation. And that. What I am saying is, it's the wrong way they're doing it.
Yeah, it is crazy how they're doing it. I'm saying this. This is what I'm saying. When it comes to, in all actuality, I didn't know seeing North Carolina and 30,000 students not coming to the district and shit, that was kind of crazy to me. Seeing stores shut down and shit was crazy. I didn't know it was like this. You know, like where I grew up in Arkansas, I'm just gonna keep it real. It's not a lot of Mexicans, bro. Like even now, it's just now starting to get like some Mexicans. You know what I'm saying? Like just being real. It just wasn't. I didn't go to school with a lot of Mexicans, so it's not really. You don't see it as much where I'm from in Arkansas.
You said this the other day that they have a net positive. No, you can research it. I've researched the hell out of this. They have a net positive. Illegal immigrants in this country create a net positive.
But we cannot really get those numbers. How can we get those numbers if it's off the books?
It's not really off the books.
How is it not off the books if they're illegal?
Because an illegal immigrant can't get an EIN number.
But what about the ones who don't? You think every illegal immigrant coming in is getting an EIN? So that's what I'm saying. We can never get the raw data on how much is really coming in or going out because they're undocumented.
That could go both ways. Then
exactly.
How do we know those numbers are really the amount of illegal immigrants that we have in this country?
Shit.
I mean, they're pulling those numbers from somewhere.
I'm assuming just compiling data. They're probably just compiling data from a lot of different places to get those numbers. I'm just saying if they're undocumented, we can't account for the revenue. Now, how they're counting the bodies, I don't know. But the revenue in and out, like they're undocumented. I mean, how can we account for that? How?
Can account for the amount of undocumented people that have ETIN numbers.
Correct.
And with those ETIN numbers, they
so is it saying that 20 million illegals got ETIN numbers?
No, I'm not saying all of them have it. But I'm saying, I mean, those are the same numbers that are being used to calculate how many illegals we have as well. So if the numbers have to go good for one way, they have to go both ways. We can't just say, okay, this number works because that's how we're going to do this, and then we're not going to use that number for this.
No, I never said or anything about the money. You know what I'm saying? When we brought up the money going in and out, I just said that shit. How can we account for that? Honestly, if they're undocumented, I never denied it or confirmed it. When it came to the money,
I'm saying that we have to use the same numbers that they're using. And their numbers, because I mean, they came out and said it. Working with the IRS to get those ETI, I think it's called ETIN. I don't remember, or EITN or whatever the hell it is. AETN. They're using those numbers from the IRS to know who's illegal in this country. That's how they're calculating these numbers. I mean, the administration literally came out and said they want the IRS to provide those records.
I get it. You know, if we're gonna go there, it's kind of like, okay, they're bringing in money. You know, they're paying into the system. Even if we're saying they're paying in more than you losing it, somebody's still getting undercut. You know, yeah, the business owners that are hiring them, they're accountable for that because they're hiring them. But shit, American citizens are still getting undercut. Housing is still getting squeezed. You know what I'm saying? Like, regardless, you know, of how we cut the cookie.
I agree with you, but we also going to have to acknowledge that those field workers are what keeps some prices for agriculture reasonable.
Well, I mean, as high as prices are right now for everything, I feel like they could pay reasonable wages.
But that's part of the reason that everything's going up as well. I mean, there's a study that shows that I believe it's 1 out of every 3 new businesses is opened by an illegal immigrant.
Yeah, I mean, I believe it. I
Those
definitely
are tax dollars
believe
from
it.
that business. I'm not, like I said, I understand the deportation necessity. 100%. But we're not going to act like this country hasn't taken advantage of the situation up until now.
It wasn't a damn crisis until now. Hell,
there was a study that came out, last year, the year before? If we were to get rid of all the money that these illegal immigrants paid, Social Security would run out 10 years faster.
well, Social Security's already cut and dry for me anyway. You know what I'm saying? My generation's being told that we got a different deal. We need to prepare and get a second job now.
Because, I mean, but they pay $100 billion into it and they can't claim it. So where are we going to replace that $100 billion from?
I don't know. Like I said, shit, they already told me I got a different deal. You know what I'm saying? So shit, it was supposed to run out by the time I get ready to claim anyway.
I mean, I'm all for the solutions, but I mean, our issues with getting rid of all these immigrants. That Trump himself, I said so ass backwards, he wants to bring in immigrants. He said it the other day. He called Americans talentless.
That's on Trump. I don't give a damn what Trump say. I'm gonna keep it real. Trump can talk. Trump can say this and say that. It kind of is what it is. I just recognize that this is a situation. This is what's going on. It's making everything competitive. It's like you're competing with. It's not even just like at first, I'm gonna keep it real, Carlos. At first, when I was having these conversations, it was like, yeah, damn, okay, illegals are making it, putting a squeeze on things. Now I'm sitting here like, it might be all immigration, period, man. It might be just immigration. It might just be time to slow the shit down a little bit. Because we got the entry. Exactly. America's built on immigration, right? Well, America's built now. The damn
America's built on immigration. What I'm saying is America has a decline in birth rate. Americans don't want to work the field jobs and stuff like that. I mean, let's keep it real.
I'm just
Americans don't want to pay the livable wages.
That's the thing. Listen, they got robots to solve all of this shit now, man. Or they gonna have to, motherfuckers just gonna have to hit the fields or pay better wages. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being real. When I say it's not just the illegals, because it's not just the entry level jobs anymore. It's all the, top. It's all of the jobs. You know what I'm saying? Then you got the highest median income is what is it? The Indians, then the Pakistanis, I believe, is right after that. It's something like that, man. You got the CEO level jobs to the mid level management jobs to the entry level jobs. Shit, it's a lot more competitive than it has to be.
But isn't that capitalism at its finest?
No. Capitalism at its finest is when you have secure borders and when you put that $100,000 tax on them H-1Bs, I guess, because it has to. When capitalism is supposed to benefit your, I ain't even gonna say country, you know what I'm saying? Okay, we'll say country. It's supposed to benefit your people. It's a point to where capitalism can become so overextended.
No. Capitalism is supposed to benefit the rich.
Whatever, the business owner, the small business owner, however, man, it's supposed to benefit whoever, however. But when we get, okay, let me put it to you like this. Yes, America has a lot of immigrants from years and years, you know what I'm saying, hundreds of years of immigration, correct. But right now in 2025, we have a crisis and something has to stop. Something has to, you know what I'm saying? Otherwise, we already are getting priced out of homes. So we need the housing crisis. Something needs to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, Social Security is getting ready to run out. People are going to need to get a second job. These jobs numbers that every administration is giving us are fake because they let ghost jobs be accounted for, which I just said earlier. Damn, my camera cut off. Which I just said earlier that they should be criminally charged for posting ghost jobs.
Okay, so how are the immigrants pricing us out of homes?
Because it's housing. It's not enough housing. It's 20 million extra people here.
They can't buy houses.
Huh?
Immigrants can't even get bank accounts.
What do you mean they can't buy houses and can't get bank accounts? They paying cash. Carlos, don't give me that shit.
Telling me illegal immigrants are sitting here buying houses in cash.
Yes, you damn right. Or building them, going to damn Lowe's, Home Depot, going to the damn Davis Lumber Company or wherever the hell they at, man. Yes, they building them.
Oh, come on, Plug. Don't give me that.
Shit. Yes.
Housing crisis was a Zillow bought a shitload of property.
Man, I'm going to keep it real with you, man. My neighbor, man, where I used to live, man, he had... I swear to God, bro, my house was, you know what I'm saying, the house I was renting from, some shingles flew off the damn roof. So he drove to Home Depot, got one of the people out there, you know, working a move to come fix the shingles on the roof. Just so happened that he was working with the man that was, you know, he was Hispanic too. And he had an actual, you know, LLC, like a company and shit. And he just hired all of them. That's who he would hire. Like if he had some work for him, he'd go over there and pick them up. If he didn't have no work for him, shit, they would just be at the Home Depot. And they, you know what I'm saying, did damn good work. I'm not gonna lie. They did damn good work. But you gotta think he's not even hiring them full time. Like he's just going to pick them up when he need a job. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so if we have all these people in surplus for all these jobs, why are these construction sites?
There aren't jobs, Carlos. That's what I'm telling you. The jobs numbers are bullshit. There aren't jobs.
It's not in Miami. All these construction sites are empty and shut down.
Okay.
What is it? All over the place, the construction sites are shut down because they don't have people.
Since when? How long has this been going on? Have they had enough time to process some applications?
For months now.
They
I
might-
work for a major real estate company.
Well, I don't know. But what are they paying minimum wage for it or what? Are they giving a
25
fair
probably.
wage? The contractors?
I know one dude that works there at a construction site making 25.
25 is cool, but that's Miami. Yeah. 25 is kind of nationally, that's average, you know what I'm saying? 20 to 25 when you entry level construction, you know what I'm saying? That's about average, but shit, that's Miami. That $25 is a lot different in Miami than it is Arkansas.
Oh, it is. And like, I'm not in the fact that we have an immigration issue. So we also have this knowledge that, like I said, America has America has created the issue.
Correct. I'm not denying that.
We gave all these people supposed Social Security numbers and let them buy houses and shit. Now we want to deport them. What's all those properties? I don't even, like, that's a legit question. Do you know?
I'm going to keep it real with you. I don't think anybody that's gotten a Social Security card is finna get deported unless they was on that, once they get the Social Security card, they good, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm asking.
Yeah, no, I'm saying no.
Oh, shit. Oh, well, I don't know, man. That was kind of the deal they signed up for. They knew it was a chance, right? That they wouldn't get a green card.
Yeah. Well, I'm not saying that's. I'm saying, do we know what's happened to all these properties?
Shit. I mean, if they still own it, they still own it. Shit, they probably selling them. If they got a land deed, shit. I mean, I don't think they getting taken. I'm pretty sure, shit. They still own the property. Whoever has the deed in their name.
That's gonna cause foreclosures like a mother.
Probably. That's probably why they getting ready to do the 50-year loans and dropping the 620 credit score rule.
All these people that had properties are getting deported. They're not gonna keep paying those properties.
Shit, they might. I mean, they're gonna sell it. They're gonna sell it at a win. You gotta understand, man. During the pandemic, especially if they came in a little bit early, man, and got locked in at them good rates before the pandemic, man, they finna sell at a profit. They're gonna be all right.
Probably going down. Not being able to hold a house too. It was all over the market.
Shit. Maybe. Or they'll rent it
I
out.
think it's gonna be another bubble.
Yeah, I mean, we got an AI, but shit, AI is the only thing holding up our economy right now.
You seen going drop like brands?
That's why why do you think they keep saying, no, I didn't see that. Hold on. I really didn't hear you. But why do you think they keep pressing that, oh, we got to become the world leader in AI? Because we're all fucking in, guys. If we don't take control of this AI shit, our economy goes to shit. Look at the top 7 companies, what is it, 6 or 7 companies right now that's holding this shit together, man. They're all in on AI. AI bubble pops, man, we're fucked. We already finna got the commercial real estate bubble finna pop, man.
Yes. Another thing,
they gave up on commercial real estate. They already gave up on commercial real estate because, and the technocrats is finna, this is the greatest wealth transfer in world history because the technocrats is finna buy all of the land. The shit that they not making no more of.
Well, not only that, well, I mean, I'm going to speak for Miami. Immigrants are the majority commercial property purchasers. Venezuela specifically. Talking about Venezuela. Venezuela is a huge
all of that shit don't
purchaser of
matter.
commercial property.
all of that shit ain't even gonna matter because shit, they finna raise taxes. Let's DeSantis get them taxes out of there on y'all, man. All this shit finna go. They finna get them up out of there, man. They finna get the technocrats finna take over, man. You already seen what these companies doing. They buying single family homes for 150, 200,000 and selling it back to one of their subsidiary companies for 500,000, 600,000 just to raise the last home sale, the last value, and raise the neighborhood value.
Man, a simple family home here is like 400 grand.
Right, but they getting them foreclosed for 150, selling it to they sell for like 600-700.
Alrighty, I'll let Dorsey call in, review what I said.
Alright, I'm gonna call Dorsey. Alright, Carlo.
Alright.
It's 10 o'clock. I know Dorsey ain't sleep. Alright, we'll call Top Cat back.
Oh.
What it do?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Man, not much. Sitting here, what's going on?
Shit. I was listening to everything, man, and it was wild. I like the first caller that called in, man.
Oh, Jay here, yeah.
Yeah, I like hearing his perspective because I'm out here. I was like, man, finally, I get to hear something that I can relate to. But I started relating in a different way with what he was speaking on. Yeah, he had me to a point, brother. I don't know. You remember when you were speaking on racism?
Uh-huh.
They say racist, like, you're racist because these different things are happening in the economics, but they're happening by a certain people and stuff. So I was looking at it in a different way. Like, I don't see it as racism. I see it as, like, nationalism. Because it's not who the people are in specifics. It's where they're coming from in specifics. Where here we have all these generalities because of who's coming over here and where they come from and how much of an influx they have on the United States. So if you look at, Hispanic and Latino people that come in, and that's a big influx, especially over where I'm at. So I'm looking at it like, well, that's Mexican people or Salvadorian people or Ecuadorian people or, it's still a nation of those type of people that still claim and push those same things and wave those flags every day out here. So it's like, I see it more of a national thing in that aspect. It just so happens that those people look like that, and that transforms to a different thing. So on the borders, you kind of see it like that. I don't disagree with it. I just feel like it's not the first point of things. Like with racism, it's the first point of thing is nationalism. So that's why when you were saying that, I was like, I've spoken on Mexico's deportation rates because they kind of had to hold their district down in a different manner, period, to even border up to the United States ever. So it's still different than what everybody speaks on it as. And on the school thing, that's another thing I was thinking about. I'm way back there on the school thing. You remember what y'all was talking about?
Yeah, school choice.
So you said when people were a little older, they might have had a different experience with that, and, stop and frisk and all that stuff.
Correct.
And I was like, oh, that's definitely true. I remember, it's still there's still laws out here that are implemented differently. Like if you're in a drug district, stop and frisk still goes right now. They can stop any car they want if the sign is posted. I don't know if y'all have that out there.
Hell no.
So if they say this is they'll post a sign and say, is this a known drug district? Like, this is a known illegal drug district. If they have signs posted in between a certain amount of areas, in that area you are subject to whatever the hell search and seizure in a different aspect than anywhere else. Y'all have never seen nothing like that?
Nah, hell nah, man. You better have a damn reason to pull this car over. Well, you better say I swerved over the line that yielded at that stop sign.
Nah.
Carlos talking about illegals are not getting Social Security cards. Carlos, yes, they are. Damn, they was just illegal 1 month ago, man. They been here 2 damn months and get a Social Security card. Now they not illegal. It's crazy. They was just illegal 2 months ago, man.
He's still on. So that choice thing you was talking about with the schools, yeah, even like sports, like you was talking about, was the first things that like kind of pressed those issues. That's what I was saying, in a different aspect, seeing it and watching how things moved at that time, and like the area y'all were going to, the redistricting things are going to be by how the government is doing it right now is in the school system. I can see why you're passionate about it, brother, because it really doesn't make sense. Like, in another aspect, the things that were put there that the government is actually, what they're saying, micro-controlling, was so that everybody had a chance to have an equal chance to this education. And now they're putting it on a state point, which pushes it back to more of a private organization where things can be lobbied on in a small constituents, you know what I mean, in every city. So it isn't that the schools are going to be better and the parents get to pick the schools. It's going to be who the schools accept, because they're going to have that many options of students that they can receive.
Yeah, that's
it's only
crazy.
So many.
I didn't even think about that. But listen, Carlos, I see what you got going, man. I didn't want to do this, Carlos, but fuck it. I just gotta keep it too real, man. They using fake ass documents, Carlos. Some of them are, man. You ever heard of a CPN, man? You ever heard of getting somebody and shit, man? Come on, Carlos. You act like you ain't never heard of the underworld, man. You down there in Miami. I ain't want to get like this, but fuck it. It's plug at the dark. Damn, Carlos. I ain't want to just be like that, but you brought it out. Hell. Shit, niggas using CPNs. Niggas using CPNs right now in the hood, man. You mean to tell me the illegals ain't jumped on the CPN wave? Man, get the hell out of here.
Where you think they got it from? Now, I'm going to shut up after that. But on the school point, man, so exactly opposite.
Carlos, they use folks in jail. They use dead folks. It's man, this shit get deep. Man, you might need to go watch Vice News and see what's going on, man. How these folks getting down when it comes to these documents. Go ahead. Top Cat.
Yeah. I don't even talk about that. That's ridiculous. If you think that ain't going on, then shit. Hey, good thing for somebody else. But the kids and their situation in school is real hazardous right now, because there is an open market to certain things, and because they're pushing in certain directions, these kids have opportunities that are expounded at this moment, but now they're going to be segregated by different social denominations that people aren't expecting. So by the neighborhood you live in and the people around you, your school doesn't have to bring camaraderie amongst these people as young people. So it happened in my school over here, because my son, you know, we right here by the school, but we were actually living in a different area.
Man, my bad, Top Cat. Dead Crows, the only reason I said Vice News is because, shit, I'm not trying to incriminate nobody. You know what I'm saying? Myself included. So, shit, watch Vice News. I wasn't going to, you know what I'm saying? What else was I going to say here? Watch Vice News, man. Shit. I ain't trying to get nobody in trouble now. Go ahead, Top Cat.
Oh, shit, man. I ain't incriminating nobody. Yeah, so I'm just saying that kids from the other cities came to the school that happened to be homeschooled. My son's homeschooled. Like kids from where he played ball at in other cities. And they weren't too far away, but I was like, how do them kids get to go to this school? You know, because when I was younger, they didn't have to, you had to get an inter-district transfer. That's what they called it. An inter-district transfer for you to be able to go to a school, and you had to have an address. That means you living with somebody or your...
See, that's the thing, Carlos. My bad, talk cat. I keep cutting you off, but Carlos he talking about, so you talking about people breaking the law. So is that the majority? I mean, if we're going to use that measuring stick, there's a difference. Carlos, it only take one or two. If one or two people in the family can secure that, man, they can claim all them benefits, man. That's how they getting them cards loaded the hell up like that, man. They got 7 dependents in the damn crib, man. It only take a couple, man. Go ahead. Top cat.
Yeah, man. I think Carlos can't believe it. He can't believe it really go down that hard. I ain't gonna tell you, but it's white and got a collar. It happens. But on the education point, like even her, I was looking at her. I was like, this woman looked like, what's his name? David Bowie off of Labyrinth. She looked crazy as hell. How in the hell can you have this woman sitting up here? You know what I mean? I don't understand how she's appointed to be the fall guy for the situation that's going to go on. It's going to be great in some ways and it's going to be terrible in others. The one thing that's going to make it different from when I saw this back in history is now we don't have the neighborhoods or the areas that are isolated enough to produce the kind of people that they think. They're going to have to draw them out the crowd. So you think your kid could live next to his neighbor, his best friend, and they never even go to the same schools growing up.
Yep. That's how it used to be.
It changed. I saw it change.
It changed when I was in like 11th grade, 12th grade maybe, because it used to be like that. Like I remember my cousin, it was a cheerleader at the school, man, and I ain't gonna lie, back then, you know what I'm saying, everybody wanted her. And my cousin that got with her, you know what I'm saying, and they was kind of like open with it, you know what I'm saying, and we knew, man, that her people wasn't going for that shit, but we was at a basketball game and her dad walked up to my cousin, like put his finger in his face and was like, you stay the hell away from my daughter and shit. The next day, nigga, we never seen her again. She was in a school district like 30 minutes away and never came back because they were sitting together at the game.
Hey, you know, when I was younger, it was always the bad kids. If you received a kid to your district knew.
What's crazy, he was the model black kid. Like, if you wanted your daughter to date a black kid, he was probably that dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, didn't smoke.
I'm not saying that. It's either that or the opposite. So if the parent wants them moved, back when I was younger, if the parent wanted them moved because that district, they were having too many problems or any situation, or you know, if the kid was a bad kid and they didn't accept him in that district and another district had a special program or something where he could go to that school, it never went up. It never went like, I'm just coming over here and because we moved over here. It was never the fucking like a 1980s movie story or no shit like that. Your ass is over there because you got kicked out of all these schools and this is the only one that'll accept your ass. That type of shit. March Mountain. You're going to March Mountain if you at the bottom of the motherfucking barrel. That's how it was. So, and there wasn't no moving the other way. And it was camaraderie in the neighborhoods. If you was from there, that's where you was from. In football and whatever, basketball, whatever, you didn't move over too much. So I seen that change when my son went to school. And they won some championships like a mug, but their camaraderie was crazy. And it was just weird that my son had went to school with them and different places because I had moved through the years, you know, and pretty far, you know what I'm saying, like within 35 miles, and all the same little young men came together at one school and did some good stuff. I was like, wow, how in the hell did this happen? Like, just out of nowhere. So the school system right now is going to flip-flop from that end. And now your kids are only going to have the commodities to get your kid to school. Like what he's talking about, feeding your kid. I just thought about it like, that's 31 lunches a month. You know, just put that in a year. Do you have 2 kids? Now, I just said lunch. They have break. If your kid's in middle school, they have break. But you know where you go get your donut and your coffee or something or whatever. You in high school, middle school. You know what I'm saying? So just don't even add that extra $2.50 in or whatever. And if you just actually start adding that up, it is crazy to take lunch and take the little extra benefits that they have for children in those manners. And then the testing she was talking about, that doesn't even make sense. Because why are you telling me that the testing standards are up when you haven't told me about how they make the testing standards? Well, I mean, if you say it's lower than how many years back, like, so y'all still asking them same questions y'all was asking them now 30 years ago? Damn. What the hell is they supposed to say? Hell no, they don't know the right answer. Motherfuckers, those are all hip children back then. They don't know who the hell. It's crazy how they try to explain stuff to the public. Not what's going on with people right now. It's not actually realistic to what's going on right now. Are you approaching them in the manner that they're thinking? And then, like Yo was talking about, he was talking about some good stuff in that manner, but that's not really what's going on in the aspect of what these kids have to deal with. They don't think, like, their common sense has changed. It's things that they don't consider when they're younger. Oh, that's adolescent. Like, no. He forgot to drink water for 3 days. What is wrong with him? Like, he thinks different. Like, it's something different about him. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, everybody had some great points tonight, so I enjoyed the conversations, man.
Man. So what about the other shit, man? What about Trump saying hang the people that told him to defy the military orders?
I feel like, man, Trump is cold, plug. You talking about go out with a bang? Like, he going out with a bang. Like, I'm doing everything to say what president in the United States is going to top this media angle. I'm starting this shit off cold as it can be. He is cold in that aspect. Who in the hell says something like that?
Man, he retweeted it. Somebody was like, hang him, George Washington would. Trump done retweeted it, man.
For a president of the United States to say hang.
It's crazy. Around the same time, they done made the swastikas, Confederate flag, and the noose fair game in the Coast Guard.
What? Why are they even considering it?
They already did it. It ain't considered it. It's done. P. Higgs has said that a lot of the hate rules was too broad. They were too broad in the military. So now the Coast Guard is saying that shit, fuck it, you can have swastikas, Confederate flags, and a noose. It ain't considered hate crime. It ain't considered hate no more.
So what can't you have? Goddamn, if you can have that, what the hell can't you have? Like, it's crazy. I don't know, man. Know that's a wild thing to hear right there. Like, why did they have to? What's the next thing gonna be? Like, okay, we had that Confederate flag, we had the noose, and then we had a slice of watermelon, we had some fried chicken. You want some pinto beans. Like, what the fuck type shit is that? Goddamn, there wasn't another animal. There wasn't another animal in the wide world, motherfucker. You picked all descriptive shit of punishment of motherfuckers. That shit is crazy. One good one out of all them shits, like
Trump says seditious behavior punishable by death, and the dude Gavin Newsom said Trump just posted this. It's a call to hang Democratic lawmakers who spoke out against Trump. Hang them, Georgia or Washington would.
And like in another aspect, looking at like what he was saying earlier, like I really on another point, I knew this was gonna happen in a different angle, but actually watching it is always different. Like, we're going to watch fireworks. It ain't the same as watching that shit. He is cold. The shit I've seen him do the other night when I was watching what you he is cold, man. Like, when he was telling the old boy what he was doing and stuff, like I'm finna, I'll let you judge all the rest of the presidents and stuff. You can judge all them. Because I know I've accomplished more than they can never keep up with me. He was going so in. I said, man, this show is amazing. This is the most amazing show just because of the power that he has behind him. He has all of us in a point where we have to do something no matter what the hell's going on. This man has all of us actually having to move to what he has to say because he can put us into nuclear war with his damn mouth. He really means it. And he's never been in the goddamn uniform.
Oh, God.
He is the code. As I said, I've never seen nothing this cold in another aspect. And when you punch on royalty, you over there punching on royalty. I said, this dude is awesome. I said that America is ahead in something all the time. Well, we definitely ahead in entertainment and seriousness. His ass is out of control in that aspect. So I think he's going out with a bang. These last couple situations that he's going to be dealing with, he's going to make the most of it in the public eye. Because I've never seen a show like that. Have you ever seen anybody punch royalty? I've never seen.
Nah, hell,
He actually gave him a little jab to the body. Like, I said, damn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was cold. So the kids, he a cold dude. So the kids and then Trump, and then the next thing is like he appointed that, and I'm looking at who she is. I'm like, so somebody is in charge of education that is coming from a family of people that, actually run around playing in their jobs. Like, okay, I never expected it. It's a wild situation right now. Like, they really put you up here to be the fall guy for the situation that's going to happen because these states are going to turn back into what they were before, but you don't have the camaraderie in our communities that we used to have when this situation hit before. We exceeded at this time. Now we're more spread out than we've ever been. Even when we're condensing the community, we're not in the same when it comes to pushing in a mental capacity for our community to move forward, and they're mixing us even more and more and more where it'll never be a stable area. So imagine the state is going to be the state now. Like, so how does your state think?
Mm-hmm.
If you have the dumbest state, think about it right now. If you had the dumbest state in the United States, did you hear what she was just saying? Where did they say it was? Wyoming? I think they said it's the dumbest state, or like the state was. It's crazy. It's fucked up. It's cold. So, and she was over there. We have the lowest test, and woo woo woo. Well, go look at who got the lowest test. They dragging this shit down. If we doing an average, goddamn, go find the stupid motherfuckers and help them. What are you talking about? Leave them alone, like to their state. They state ain't helping them. They still stupid. They surviving, ain't they? Shit, it's crazy as hell. So when you go find out what the dumbest states is, you be like, damn, it's messed up. It's messed up, man. So, and then, and he got her up front. Them motherfuckers is in the ring. I mean, come on, man. But I'm not hating on what he's talking about. I don't hate on the state situation. It's just, living out here, I can kind of see how it won't change as much. In some different states, I can see it changing a lot. Like, change a lot. There's people that's going to not have the same advantages as other people. Even out here, it's going to affect a whole bunch. Because, I mean, if your kid can do all those different things and go to those camps, and then if you're, you know, or if your kid is gifted, or you have the money, or you can actually, you know, down to the point where you can bus your kid over there, or you have relatives over there where your kid can stay and go to a more prosperous school, then you're doing everything you can to get your kid to be able to, you know, prosper in that situation. You're hurting yourself, you're hurting that point for another thing that you think that'll be more prosperous. You're sacrificing. But in another end, you know what I mean? If you don't have that, but even if you aspire to have it, even if you've done the same work and you just haven't had the same blessings in life, your child might not be able to go to a school that's that affluent. So they're going to be an extraordinary one, overachiever at a disadvantage, or they're at a disadvantage and they'll become an overachiever and go in the opposite direction. So that's the difference between being in certain schools and certain environments, and now the state is going to be in control of that. So shit, the ghettos is finna get back to being them terrible ass ghettos and different things by what they're producing. So that same area is going to produce the same things, and I don't know how they're going to counteract that. Not with how they're moving.
Straight up. Damn, man. You said it says who divided. Look at this conversation. Oh, that's going back and forth in the comments. Damn, man. Yup.
Yeah, you got to look at it in a different perspective on what we're producing to what we're changing to. Like, and that housing crisis stuff, that's what I'm saying. What you said was such a real thing. I ain't even got to speak on that. Like, being by where I'm at and dealing with people that I'm dealing with, man, come on. They're buying up everything, bro. Like, and that's what I was saying. That dude, he was cooking earlier. I hope he get back on here, but you know, it might sound wild, but he know his folks. They're in the same position. He said European and Samoan. I know. I have plenty of Samoan friends, man. They are. Remember, they had an island too. They ain't packed on that motherfucker. They coming over here. You know what I'm saying? So their asses is over here doing the same thing. So as much as he's speaking like that, he's dealing with family and stuff that's going to have to go through the matriculation situation to get in this country, and it's hitting them a lot harder. You know what I'm saying? So he understands, like, on both sides, you know, do your shit, you know. So other than that, legal, goddammit, and it doesn't matter how talented you are. So when earlier it said they what did it say? It put on like 119,000 construction jobs. Something he was saying, or she was saying on that. And I was like, yeah, but look who's talented in those fields. Look at what the people that are coming out of high school that are the people I know I dealt with, or who would be thinking that they're in the tech field or they're in these different fields, graphics, whatever it might be, and that's not. I mean, there's so many people going into those fields, and there's only so many jobs, and those jobs are the ones they're sitting up there doing the ghost jobs about, because you don't need that many people, especially with AI now. It's going crazy. it's really a delete of all those technical schools, those technical graphic schools, all those different places people spent the same amount of money or the same benefits or the same scholarships on. And you're like, oh, yeah, it's going to be over 400,000 jobs over here. And no, it's not. But them welders are still welding. You know, so it's a different point in the aspect of getting jobs and moving forward. And actually having and being in the union and putting that, you know, and having land and doing different things, they're actually tricking because there's an abundance that's just feeding the economy. So that's why them $25 bowls make sense.
But they don't make no damn sense.
Somebody else living with their parents, yes, they do. They can afford them. They sitting over here with their parents. They ain't paying nothing. They getting paid a regular wage where somebody is trying to afford something. So you scuffling it. But that's the difference between somebody even just having a house or having parents or having a way to not have that same situation. Like you were talking about with the compound thing earlier. Like that's how you had to get ahead back in the day. There wasn't none of this. So where's the land for that? Capitalism then took over that aspect of it. Capitalism cannot keep moving forward unless it has something to feed on. Once the land is gone, then it has to feed on itself. That's just how it works. There isn't no competition unless there's a finish line.
Damn,
you know what I'm saying?
How you feel about the Amazon plant closing in Arkansas, man? Like 1,000 people lost their job, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they closed it today. They said they built the plant on some like a water where it is. So I guess they built it over something that they wasn't supposed to build it. So now they moving the plant like a minute down the street. But they got it all shut down.
And it's going to take a while to rebuild one, I know. So all the people that's professional is in that, they're going to sit back until somebody else gets done. Now, how does that work? If they're in the union, they'll push them around if they can. But if not, your ass is just asked out.
Yeah,
but
I think all the seasonal workers done. I think the seasonal workers effed off, man. I think the other workers might be all right.
Them handlers, man. And there's a lot of work out here. Like, I do a lot of handiwork and mess around all the time because it's just that much work out here. So I can't imagine the people that's doing it, like, at a super everyday extent. The ones I do know are contractors, and most of the contractors I know they make a lot of money. It's always somebody out here doing something. They make a lot of money, you know what I mean? So, and some of them are either getting their papers or have them or didn't have them and got them in the past, you know what I mean? A lot of them, and I do know that a lot of people send a lot of money back to their place. Like what he was talking about is 100%, and the reason I'm telling you he knows, he's Samoan. He knows a lot of them send money back to them. They just got declared to be from this. They got declared too. So now it's like, oh, we're not sending our money back. No, y'all send y'all money back. Them up across some water. You know what I'm saying? So you know what the fuck they talking about. This money sent from right here back to Samoa. Hawaii too, I don't give a shit. That's still some fucking water. I'm gonna tell the goddamn truth. Y'all, everybody's still sending money back to their homeland. Some people don't have that benefit. They better start thinking a little fucking different. You don't have no homeland, motherfucker. Man. Your ass better start making a homeland, motherfucker. Or being ready to be a nomad shit. They pushing for it. They pushing for that shit. I heard what you were saying. They're pushing for it, but that's the only way even if you get it early, that you can actually move around. Like, okay, they taking everything, ain't nothing I can do. At least I can get as much for what I got. Other than that, you out of here. A house or whatever, you got a little chunk of land, And when I'm saying little, I'm talking about only thing fit on it is your house. You don't know how fast they finna grab on that shit. They grabbing that whole section. They snatching all that shit up. Yup.
Oh my God. Hell yeah, we finna get out of here on Top Cat, man. We finna be back in the morning.
All right, man. Much love, man. And I'm finna take my ass in here and do some work.
Hell yeah, I'm finna lay it down, man. I gotta get up tomorrow, Friday, man. So shit, it's the weekend.
Yeah, I gotta get up too.
Yeah, it's 1 o'clock. What it do, Marvin? I ain't seen you in a minute. I hope all is well, Marvin. I hope you're doing good, man.
Yeah. All right, Blood 100.
All right, man. Yeah, chat, man. We finna get up out of here, man. Good stream, man. Good stream, man. We'll see y'all in the morning, chat. Double tap the screen on your way out of here. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you have not. And I hope everybody enjoyed that night, man. Good night, chat.